I just took a late shower, making my second cup of coffee, which I don't usually do, and I probably shouldn't because I'll probably be over caffeinated, but I have a whole day of clients and I feel tired. So here we go. You gotta do what you gotta do some days. Anyway, as I was getting ready to make this cup of coffee, I was thinking about these diagnoses that get thrown around, especially in the perinatal world. You know, we hear the word postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, postpartum psychosis, which is really scary. I mean, it is, but pretty rare. And I was thinking about how sometimes diagnoses are really helpful because it can help explain what's going on. It can reduce shame, can make us feel like this is a real thing and I can get help for it, which it is, and you can. But on the other hand, also, this is a big ol' and. Sometimes these diagnoses can get thrown around a lot and seem to mean things that maybe they don't actually mean, or can scare people, or can pigeonhole us into thinking that either something's wrong with us or make it into something that maybe we rely on in order to get a certain kind of treatment or get support or compassion from people, which isn't necessarily wrong. It just might be counterproductive in the long run. Anyway, the other reality about especially perinatal diagnoses is that a lot of what new moms and families experience is actually just the result of a very broken system and society that doesn't tend to support new moms, that basically cuts off support once you have your baby, which is actually the beginning of when you need the most support, and doesn't give moms actually paid maternity leave or paternity leave on the whole. People have to spend their savings, their PTO, so then they're overworked once they go back to work because they don't have any more time off. And moms have to go back to work when at 3 months, when it feels like they're ripping off their arm in order to go to work and leave their baby with somebody else. And that feels biologically wrong, even if it feels pretty good to go be around adults sometimes, which I get. So what I'm trying to say is that diagnoses are helpful sometimes, and sometimes they're not so helpful because then it pathologizes something that actually is the failing of the context in which we live and the lack of knowledge and information about what's actually going on for you, which is that you are having hormonal changes. You need a lot more support than you've ever needed before, and you're not getting it in the way that you need it. So that's all I have to say about that.